Okay, now I'm on.
What map are you gonna go to? International relations.
No, we're gonna be on. It'll be Area 51,
Okay.
and I've got some. Why is this fucking crooked? Why are you crooked?
Let me back out then and see if I can find Area 51.
No, go away, SRS.
You got the map up?
Yes.
All right, then
So
you got back out of everything then.
yeah.
Pisses me off that I got to exit DCS to get back into these maps.
Oh, I bet. A little bit of a.
All right, well, that's boot. I'm going to go check my turkey. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if it pulled up now. Okay. That. You got it under something else text? Because I backed completely all the way out. I got international relations.
Just type in the search bar, uncheck favorites, right?
Uncheck my favorites?
Yes.
Yep, uncheck
Now,
favorites.
type in the search bar A2-177. So for some reason, it deletes our name out of the server for whatever fucking reason it's doing it. And so I got to go back and rename it. And so when it does that, though, it might not be coming up when you have favorites selected.
Yeah, and again, it's not coming up with Republic of Texas. It's coming up with just.
Yeah, because the Republic of Texas got taken out of the name when it restarted.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's what I was saying. It just says DCS server.
Yeah. You put it in there so I can see it. I'm loading in now.
Yeah, for whatever fucking reason it's doing that, I no fucking clue.
Yeah, it's all good.
So the first one we're gonna roll through is gonna be the 500-pound JDAMs targeting pod in pre-mode. So we got a waypoint over at Tanapa test range, right? We're going to. I might have to edit this fucking thing because it looks like the wind is kicking.
Where's 16?
So you're gonna be in. Yep. You should pop up right next to me in a minute. So I'm gonna go through from loading it out and everything. We're gonna go over everything. Teach you.
Right, I'm on the ground. I can be popping up right next to you.
Rearming complete.
I think I'm right behind you.
Okay, you are. So hop out of that one. Let me just.
Okay.
So if you see F16, it'd be tail number 010. Room weight C13.
010. Okay. Top of
There
that
you go.
one.
Alright. Alright, so you got a standard air-to-air loadout. So let me get back in my cockpit. Alright, so now bring up your rearm refuel window, right?
Okay.
Alright, so on number 3, under number 3, right click, go to bombs, and it's going to be starting from the top. You're going to go down to where it says BRU-57 with 2 GBU-38 JDAMs. So that's going to go on number 3 pylon and number 7 pylon.
So you want BDU?
No, it's BRU-57 with 2 GBU-38s. It's the 6th one down, right? So that's going to be on your number 3 station and your number 7.
Okay.
All right, so 5R, let me look over there. So go to 5R, and you're going to select T-pod, your targeting pod.
5, so you want an R, okay. So pods and targeting, lightning pod, okay.
Yep. All right, now go to 5, and under pods, you're going to do ALQ-184 long ECM pod.
Okay.
And then under 5L, you're going to go ahead and arm the harm targeting system.
Okay.
All right. And then, so that should wrap it up. So you should have AMRAAMs on your wingtips, then a couple sidewinders, then your bombs, tanks, your pods, and then your center pod.
All right, I'm going to name this bombs 1. Okay.
And then go ahead and load it out.
Request rearming.
Okay, it should be loaded now.
All right, so just don't do anything. So remember that so I don't know if you remember, but say if it's a cold start or say you have to shut down and repair, right?
Yep.
If you're starting up and you're doing like an INS alignment, don't load your shit out.
Gotcha.
Because what'll happens, they'll rock the plane during your alignment. It'll fuck your alignment up. We learned that the hard way in the beginning.
That's good to know.
Man, the wind is fucking kicking. I can look over here at the bushes and they're just fucking ripping.
Nice.
So let me know when you got everything. Looks like you got everything loaded. Are they done?
They just loaded me out right now.
Okay, so go ahead and hit air to ground master mode, right?
Okay. So. Okay.
All right. So you see your joystick in the plane, right?
Yep.
At the base of the joystick, go ahead and click on it and make the joystick go away.
Yep, and I'm bringing those 2 toggles up.
Yep,
on the
hard point, left hard point, right hard point on.
Okay.
Okay, so now look at your right MFD. You see your bomb page, right? It says SMS page.
Yep.
All right, click power on the right, second from down.
Yep.
All right, it says A10 now, right?
It does.
All right,
A10.
so it's counting down. It's warming the bombs up. And it's getting them turned on. So you got 10 minutes till they're hot, ready to go.
Okay.
So now on your left MFD, right? Okay. So hit FCR again at the bottom, and it'll bring up your menu page, right? It's got 2 columns of menus, left and right.
Let's see, FCR. I must have gone. There it is. So what on the 16 when you screw up and go a menu? What's a good way just to go back?
So just hit the same button.
Okay, that's why I realize there's a lot of double clicking on the 16.
So like if you need to get to a page, you can hit a blank button twice.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So now you're on a menu, right? You got 2 columns, left and right.
Yes.
It says the top left says FCR and it's highlighted, right?
Yeah, then my targeting pod.
All right, so click on TGP underneath it, TGP.
Yep.
And it's timed out. So click on standby in the top left.
Okay.
Then click you should see top right now says A to G.
Yep.
Click on air to ground and just leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
Okay.
So now click back out of air to ground, go back into navigation.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so you got your countermeasures turned on? So
I don't. I
okay,
will.
so hold on. Look at you find your CMDS panel, right?
Yep. I got 2 toggles down and 2 toggles up.
All right, so you see the 2 knobs that say program and mode?
Yep.
So go mode, click mode over to semi.
Okay.
All right, your chaff and flare should be up in the on position. Okay. All right, so now see your throttle. Look down to your left. You see your throttle, and you see a panel underneath your throttle that says ECM.
ECM, is it numbered 1 through 5?
Yes, buttons.
Okay.
Okay, so look in front of that number 1 button, and you see that TACAN knob.
Yep.
Turn that TACAN knob all the way to the left.
To the left. It is to the left.
Okay, you won't hear the beeping then.
Ah, good.
Okay,
good.
so back to your ECM panel. You're going to click on 1 through 5 and make all those buttons have an orange S.
Okay.
And then actually just click all of them. Make them all orange with S's, right?
All right, so what? That's done and complete.
So we're turning your jamming pod on. So that means it's in standby right now. So the toggle switch next to it that says 1, 2, 3, switch it to 1.
The toggle next to it
should say XMIT.
Yeah.
So put that on 1. When it's on 1, it's gonna jam all 3 bands of radar.
1 is okay. I see the numbers now. They're kind of hiding by the stick. 1's all the way up.
Yep. And so the other toggle should be in the power position.
The other toggle, it is.
Okay. So now you have your countermeasure switch forward, aft, bound.
Let me check. I think I did that to my.
So it should be countermeasures management switch aft.
Yeah, hold on. I think I did it too. I have. So my gray switch on my stick, I have forward as, and I'm just going to redo it again. So I'm going to clear these out. Tell me exactly what they should be. Hang on,
well, you just need your countermeasures management switch bound, and it's aft, forward, left, right. I don't typically use. I use forward and I use aft. So forward dispenses your chaff flare.
Okay.
And then aft is what we're gonna turn on. We're gonna arm your pod with the aft switch.
So I have. Maybe I need to go up with the hands. Nope. Yeah. So that was forward. Let me clear out aft here. And add aft.
That's what I hate. Once you bind it, you can look and see what's bound, but you can't reverse search. It's like joy button 11. I'm like, I don't know which one that is.
Okay, so I do believe that my countermeasures are forward and aft.
Okay, so exit out of your controls and then look down at your EMC panel and hit countermeasure aft. And you should see the orange S switch to a green A.
So it did?
Perfect. So
all of them went to an A.
Yes. So now your ECM pod is armed. So if you fly into a hot LZ and you start getting locked up, or the radar starts hitting you to lock you up, your pod is going to start jamming. Now, what I do is I take the power standby and off switch. I put that on a toggle. Like, so on my stick, I've got my TMS and my DMS switch, right?
Yep.
So I put one of them, when I depress it, one of them puts the toggles the switch to standby, and then I press the TMS switch, I depress it, which is not bound. Typically in the F16 it doesn't have a depress. The Wind Wing does, So I use 2 extra buttons to assign that toggle to power to standby. So here's what happens. If you run into an air-to-air contact and you still have your jammer on,
you're jamming your own radar.
Yeah, if they start locking you up and your jammer starts activating and starts transmitting, you lose your radar. Your radar will not work. So instead of having to fiddle and use your mouse to click that switch on and off, I have it to where it's on my stick and I can just click it on and off real quick, right?
All right. Well, I'm going to do that real quick. Where is that in controls?
Hold on, let me tell you.
Yeah, so I'm going to do it on my throttle. I'm going to do it on my far.
It's ECM power switch. You have up and you have down.
ECM power switch.
Or you have operate and standby, but it's under ECM power switch. You have up, down, off, operate, standby. And I just have up and down programmed.
Okay.
You have the F16 stick, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, my TMS switch and my DMS switch, the depress, that's what I'm using to turn that one on and off.
Okay, I'm going to use my toggle on my throttle. So ECM button 1, depress. Which one is it going to be in there? So there's a bunch of ECM.
What throttle did you get?
I have the 18 throttle.
Okay, so it's ECM power switch either up or down.
Okay, hang on. ECM power switch. Okay, up. So I'm gonna leave that in my forward position. Okay.
And then ECM power switch down.
ECM power switch. Is it the ECM XMIT or just ECM power?
ECM power switch.
Okay, yep, there it is. There's off. Off is.
Yep.
Off should not be above on. Okay, so let me do this and okay, I've got to go through center. Let me. Okay, that's done.
All right, you got your RWR turned on?
That is over on my left here. Let me go turn all these bad boys on.
So just hit the, it's the threat warning auxiliary. So make sure you're also clicking the search button as well.
I hit all 4 of them. Search is blinking. So with that ECM power.
So hit search again.
Okay.
It should be solid. There you go.
Yep, gotcha. So, gotcha. Okay, so I'm just doing my power from my 1 through 5s. Okay, yep. So forward for me is orange. That is not jamming.
What do you mean?
Okay, so you know how I did the one on my toggle? I did my throttle, those buttons that are, 1 through 5, orange S's.
Yeah. So it switched to standby, isn't it?
Yep.
So
that's
now
not.
Switch it to on, and they'll go green again.
Okay, I switched it to on, to that position on, and it does not go green. So let me fix that. All right, so that's ECM power up, ECM power down. So I have down.
You may have hit it. So actually, mine, if I hit it twice, down twice, it goes to off. If I hit it up once, it goes to standby. Hit it up twice, it goes to on. So remember, you didn't toggle on off, you toggled up down, and that switch has 3 positions.
Yeah, right.
So if you're in the very bottom position, you have to click it twice to get it to go all the way up.
Yes, it won't go twice. I don't know how. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yep.
So okay, so standby is not jamming, and green is jamming.
Correct.
Correct?
Correct.
Okay, I'm in standby now.
All right.
Orange.
So go ahead and click it to up to power, and it should be green. A's.
Yep.
Okay.
All 8 green.
All right, now hit your air to ground master mode again.
Okay. I gotta bind that somewhere because on this stick it's up.
Well, literally, it's just in front of you on your ICP panel, right under your HUD.
Well, I know, but I'm not. Yeah.
I get it. You know.
Okay, air to ground.
All right, and you should. Do you have your T-pod on the left MFD now?
I do not.
Okay, so click the top left button.
Top left is standby.
And then see on the right where it says AG now?
Yep.
Go ahead and click AG.
Okay, pod came up.
Yeah. All right, so that's it. We're good. All right, now click back out of air-to-air master mode. Go back into nav. All right, master arm is on. Fuel quality select. You're going to go ahead and turn that to exterior wing.
All right, so that is down by
your ejection handle.
Yep. So that's going to be exterior wing.
Yep. And look over to your right, and you'll see your fuel gauge now, right?
Yep.
So your
11
fuel. So 11 is your total. So that number right there is always going to tell you what your total fuel is. Now, what changes is the needles.
Gotcha. I see them about 400 pounds.
Yep. So if you go to exterior wing, you go to normal, the needles are going to move, but your number is not going to move. So that number is always going to show your total.
That would have helped me last night.
Yeah, and so like we talked about last night, your center tank, when you have one, your center tank burns first, and then your wing tanks burn. But you don't want to stay in burner, man. When you stay in burner, it's
thirsty.
Kills it.
That thing's thirsty. Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
I literally watched mine go burn their fuel in like 2-3 minutes. It's like holy shit.
All right. So we have some waypoints, right?
Real quick, let me backtrack. So, on what MFD do I go to that Snap was telling me last night when I want to dump that? So if I want to dump center.
So look at your right MFD right now, right? It's got a bunch of purple rings.
Yep.
That's your HSD screen. So if you see at the bottom on your MFD, it says HSD in the middle, and it's highlighted.
Ah, it is.
All right, now next to it, you'll see SMS. Click on SMS.
Okay, there's my tanks now. Right. Toggle. So
no. Hold on. Slow down. Now you see S-J at the bottom, right?
Yep.
Click S-J.
Okay, those my tanks.
There's your tanks and your ordnance. Now what you do is you highlight the coordinating tank, and then once they're highlighted, so like I would highlight the left second down and the right second down. That'll highlight my tanks.
Okay.
With master arm on and those two tanks highlighted, then you hit your weapons release.
And those will dump off. Okay.
Yes. So now we're gonna just click at the bottom, just click a blank one.
Gotcha.
And then go back and hit it twice, and then you'll see your menu. Click back on HSD. So now I want to show you something. Look in your HUD. At the bottom left of the HUD, now you see JETT, right?
No, hold on. I'm at the main menu page, both sides. And if I double click the center button at the bottom, it doesn't go back to my radar.
No. You see HSD on the right side?
Okay, there it is. I was going to the bottom. Okay, gotcha.
So now here's a little thing that gets fucked up. We went to the S&J page. We selected. We jettisoned, right? So now we backed out. Look at your HUD. It says JETT at the bottom left, right?
Oh, yes.
I fucking hate that. It's a glitch. So hit air-to-air master mode and then hit back out of it. Go back into nav. And now it says nav in your HUD, right?
Yes, sure does.
Okay, so now look at your right MFD. It shows your inventory page, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay, now your DMS switch. DMS switch right, and you see it switches it to the HSD.
Okay, so I have that bound. Hang on. So my DMS switch, I had it bound before. We'll do it from that inventory page?
Yes, it's your castle switch on your stick.
Yeah, so I'm DMS left is cycling through
your left MFD.
Yeah.
And then DMS right cycles through your right MFD.
Okay, so that is not cycling through, so I need to fix that.
Okay, so let's go into your adjust controls. We'll grab some fuel before we take off too.
Yeah, you go down a whole ass.
So it's going to be display management switch. Up, left, down, right.
Yeah, I'm just going to hit my left, and that should be clean. Okay, so right, I have it bound. I'm going to clear it.
Yep.
Clear that. I'm going to add one now. I'm going to go DMS right. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to go down here and hit right. Okay, it's still... DMS left is working. Let me double check.
So your left and your DMS left only cycles through the left MFD, and your DMS right only cycles through the right MFD. You can't go left, right on both of them. Make sense?
No, but hang on a second.
So let me explain it. I have my DMS right button.
Yep.
That right button, when you cycle through your MFDs, you only can cycle them one way. You can't cycle back and forth. So to cycle through the right MFD, I just have to go right and keep going right. It'll just cycle all through them. The left DMS switch does not do anything for the right MFD panel.
Okay.
You only have one DMS direction that controls your MFD cycles. So DMS left cycles through the left MFD only.
Yep. Okay.
And DMS right circles through the right MFD only. You can't go left and right on both of them. You can
Gotcha.
only go right.
That makes perfect sense. So let me go back. So I'm using button 38, which is DMS switch right. I'm going to clear it out one more time. I'm going to add.
So it's
DMS
button 37, right. 38, 39, and 40.
Mine's 30. It's saying 38.
So if you look under categories, right, and you go scroll down to stick.
Okay.
Shit, where'd it go? Yep, go to stick, and you'll see display management switch down, left, right, and up.
Oh no, I have it.
Okay.
Yeah, I have it. Like I said, I just bound it to the right, and so my left is working. I can cycle through everything in my MFD on the right, and when I click it on the left. Now when I click it, so DMS right to control my right MFD, it's not controlling that MFD. I'm still on my stores page.
So you're on SMS page, right? Okay. So go and go check it, make sure it's bound. It should be joy button 38 on your DMS switch, right?
Let me triple check it. So DMS switch right. I have it on joy 38. Save it again. Now I'm going to go out of the screen because I could do this a couple days ago.
So go ahead and go back to something else.
Yeah, I'm going to go to
HSD.
Yep. So any clear button, HSD. So that I do right. So so now when I click DMS right, it goes to my store page.
Yes, but keep clicking it right. It cycles through the pages at the bottom, right? You got SMS, HSD, TGP.
Nope, so right now I have my radar up. What do I call that screen with the purple?
The HSD.
It's the HSD. Okay, so if I go one to the right, it goes SMS, and then it's just those two that I can go through.
Okay, that's not terrible. I don't know why it doesn't have your T-pod up, but okay.
My T-pod's on my left side, so if I go with DMS left,
then
I can go ahead and pull up my targeting pod. If it would pull up.
Yeah. There. So you're right. So now if you DMS left, it goes through your fire control radar, your DTE page, and your T-pod.
Correct.
And then on your right, you have SMS and HSD. That's perfect.
Correct.
That's all you need. So now, if you notice, if you do DMS switch up and down, you notice it makes your MFD soy or unsoy.
Okay, so if I go down, it soyas my right page.
If you just keep clicking down, it just goes left right. It makes left right. You don't even have to go up. You can go up, but if you just DMS switch down, just keep doing it. You'll see the little white box highlight your MFD and switch.
Okay, so gotcha.
So when you want to use that, so like if you make the HSD soy, right? Now you can move your radar cursor on your HSD, right?
Gotcha.
So now look, see that green friendly at Angels 25?
Yep.
So hover your cursor over it on the HSD page, and then TMS switch up like you're locking a target.
Right, so okay, so I'm going to go to that 25, or he's at 25, first one, then TMS up.
And it put a circle around it?
No, because I need to be soy on the HSD, right?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, what did it do? It just put another highlighted circle.
So now look to your left under your CMDS panel, right? You see that symbology knob?
symbology on my CMD?
Underneath your CMD panel, it's one lonely knob by itself.
Direct me to where that is.
So your countermeasures.
Okay, yep.
So there's a box underneath that says HMCS, and then there's a knob that says symbology.
Gotcha.
Turn that all the way to the right, and then look around.
Moving to the right. And look around. Oh, shit.
Okay,
oh,
so now look out in front of you. You see that marker at Angels 25 out there?
Yep.
So that's how you can bug something via data link. So you're using the AWACS and you're bugging that target. So like if we've got a bunch of bandits out in front of us or even a friendly, you go on your HSD page. If you have a data link target, you can bug that target. Now you can see it in your heads up display in your HEMIX, and you're not locking it. And you're not pointing your radar at it. You're not putting a lock on it. They're not getting notification. They don't know that they're bugged.
So who is bugging it? AWACS?
So that's AWACS data, and we're bugging that. I don't exactly know how it works, but that's how it is. So essentially, if we fly off, right? If we're flying in a flight of 4 Vipers and we've got targets in front of us, bandits, right? That's what we'll do. It's like, all right, you know, Wingman 1, you've got far right bandit at Angels 36, and you would go and bug that target. We would all bug our own targets, and then we're not shooting shit that people are already shooting at, right?
Okay.
So that's how we coordinate in the Vipers, and that's what makes it so fucking lethal.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Dude, like, I mean, think about it. The other night, we did that red flag deal, and we had 2 guys in fixed wings and 2 helicopters, and we held off the entire team.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, it's just, man, the Viper is fucking simple.
Yeah, this is way more SA than the 18 right out of the gate here, just sitting here on the tarmac. You can't bug something on the 18 like this.
All right, so now go to your T-pod, and you have your radar cursor bound, right?
Yeah.
So you can slew your T-pod around.
So, and that's a question that I had. Let me go. So if I need to go soy, so I need to go DMS left, and then my T-pod, and down, nope, left. All right, so this is one of the times I'm having a problem. So
yeah,
I went to the left. I'm to my radar. If I wanted to soy the radar, that's going to be up. I'm just saying, just for
down,
I know that
down DMS down.
Okay, so I can soy my radar now, so I can lock up a target that way. So I'm going to go up, unsoy it, and how do I get to my targeting pod?
So do you see TGP at the bottom?
I don't. I have FCR, test, DTE, and DCLT.
Okay, so hit FCR, hit it twice, and you should see TGP at the top left, second down.
Okay, I got it now.
Okay,
now, yep.
So it's soy, you can move it around, you can slew it?
Yeah, I'm soyed and I'm moving around.
Okay.
So how do you...
Zoom.
And yep, that's what I've been screwing around. That's what I've been doing.
All right, so go into adjust controls, and it's going to be man, MAN, space, RNG, knob. Manual range knob, counterclockwise and clockwise. You have the shaker kit, right?
I do.
So you know how that joystick and that castle switch, they both depress?
Yep.
I have manual range knob, clockwise and counterclockwise bound to both of those.
Okay, so on the 18, my far left gray button.
I'm talking about on your stick.
No, yeah, I am too.
Oh, so I thought you had an F16 stick.
I do. But I'm trying to relay what I have bound for the 18. Because I wanted. So just hear me out. On my F16 stick, my far gray button, you know, your thumb has to really reach out for, below the castle, the little gray, basically TDC, if you will.
Yeah.
On the 18 module, that is my zoom for my FLIR.
So then that's what so you need to figure out when you start binding stuff and you're flying multiple planes. So you might bind things a little bit differently. So that's what you need to figure out where you want to bind it is your manual range knob, clockwise, counterclockwise. So that is your zoom in and out for your T-pod.
I essentially could just go right, little gray TDC zoom, and left, retract. Correct?
That's up to you. Yeah. Like I have mine on 2 separate buttons, and I have them on the shaker kit. That joystick and the castle and the shaker kit. So I just use those, the D-press on those. But it's whatever you're comfortable with, because when you start flying multiple aircraft, that's what you got to start doing is kind of trying to figure out how to bind the same things onto the same buttons. It makes it a little bit easier. All
right, so I have those bound. Let me see if they zoom. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I got retract to the right and zoom to the left. Okay.
Yep. And so if you look at your T-pod, right, if you look at the top, you see where it says wide?
Yep.
So if you click wide, you can cycle between wide and narrow. So when you're approaching the AO, you're going to leave it on wide, and as you get closer, you'll just switch it to narrow, and then you can zoom in.
Okay, so I want to bind that button to the D-press of the gray button I just mapped for zoom and retract. How do I do that?
I don't know how you can bind. So that's the thing. If you're going to start fucking yourself, if you start binding the MFD buttons to buttons on your controls and not MFDs, you're going to start fucking shit up, because those buttons, what you're doing is you're binding the D-press. So whatever menu you're on, if you press that button, it's going to press that in the MFD.
Okay.
So you might just have to stick to click in, unless you get MFD panels.
Nope,
you might just have to click on it.
That's fine.
Yeah, don't bind MFD buttons to your sticks and stuff. That's just that'll fuck you up in the long run.
I'll just zoom. That's fine.
Yeah. The zoom in and out, yes. So ideally on the F16 on their throttle, it has a knob that you can spin, but the wind wing knob sucks.
Yep, I've heard that.
It sucks.
Oh, it's from you.
Yeah. I think that's it. I think we can go bomb some shit. So just go ahead and grab some fuel. Go ahead and just refuel. So we'll knock this out, and then we're gonna fly up to Tanapa. We have waypoints at Tanapa. So it's gonna be waypoint 1, steer point 1.
Okay.
Actually, why is that not reflecting? Oh, it is reflecting. Okay. So basically, steer point.
Yeah, that's another thing. So navigation on this. I'm really, really iffy because I'm just so entrenched.
I know it's easy. So all right, look. So you have your HSD screen pulled up on the right.
Yes.
Go ahead and zoom it out to like 240.
Okay, I see.
So you see
a little yellow dot.
Yeah, you see that those yellow rings over there are threat rings.
So I only have
those are SA6 sites over there, those yellow rings. But you see you have white lines and empty boxes, right?
Yep.
Okay, so look above that. You see your DED panel, which is where it shows your UHF, VHF in green yellowish letters.
Yep.
Okay, so you see the top right, it says STPT1.
Correct.
Okay, now look at your upfront controller, which in the 18 it's UFC, in the 16 it's your ICP, your integrated control panel. So if you look to the bottom left, you'll see a rectangular button that has an up and down arrow.
Yeah, my Doppler.
It's just this gray button. It's not a
Oh
toggle.
yeah, just a gray rocker.
If you rock that rocker, that toggles through your steer points.
And it aligns up.
Your T-pod goes to it
automatically. I like that.
Yep.
All right, so
do this. Look, take your radar cursor, move your T-pod off of that point, right?
Okay.
Now, once you get it moved off that point, go ahead and hit your TMS switch down twice. And you see it slews it back. Yep, so it's slewing it back to the waypoint. So if you're on steer point 1 or steer point 2 and you accidentally move off your T-pod off of it, just TMS switch down twice short and it'll slew back to whatever waypoint you're on. So
okay. Well,
go ahead and if you look, you know how to use your autopilot?
I can autopilot. I don't know exactly the terminology.
We don't have to do it now, but if you look at your autopilot switches, under your master arm switch, you've got pitch, altitude hold, and then you have attitude hold.
Correct. Next
to it, you have roll heading select, and you have steering select.
Gotcha.
So if I get up in the air, and I turn, and say I'm level, or if I'm not level, I will turn on altitude hold. Just say we get level. Say we level off at 20,000 feet. I'll put the altitude hold on. If you click it, the roll, the heading select, or the toggle next to it, if you put it on steering select, it'll steer you to whatever waypoint you have selected.
Okay.
So if I have 3 waypoints in the air, right, and I'm flying, I'll hit waypoint 1 and we'll fly to it. When I get to waypoint 1, I have to hit that rocker switch to the next waypoint, and then it will select the next waypoint and fly me to it. It won't automatically do it.
Okay.
So when you get close to your waypoint, you need to select the new waypoint and let it fly to it. If you don't, it'll just pass it and it'll start circling you.
Okay. Now on my right HSD, waypoint 1. See, right, so that's another thing I'm confused with. It went to steering point 699.
So you just went too far. So just click it back down.
Okay. So when I hit 1...
699 is the last one that it can go to. If you go up from 699, it goes back to 1.
Now, does it show my waypoint on my HSD?
Yes. If you look, if you kind of toggle 1 through 3, you'll see those boxes fill in, whichever one you're selected to. So if you look, that line, waypoint 1 is not connected to a line to start with. So we're at waypoint whatever.
0.
If you click up to waypoint 1, you'll see that first box. And then from that box, it has a line to the yellow dot.
Okay, so that I'm not seeing that. I'm at 38. Let me go 60 miles. So I'm at
you got to go to 240.
Okay, I'll go back to 240.
And you'll see it's a simple line. It goes to that yellow circle and comes back, right?
Oh, so it's behind. Okay, I was looking in front of us.
No. It's I forget. I'm turned a little bit.
Okay.
So if you look at the top left of your HMD, you see it says DEP.
Yep.
If you click DEP, it'll center. It'll go from offset to center.
Okay. Now I have the visual of what's going on.
So if you're on steering point 1, you see that box is now a solid white box on your HSD.
I have me in the middle, and then I have 3 dots going down to 7 o'clock, and then I have a yellow circle with a bigger circle around it. I do not have a box.
No. So those little white circles, right?
Yep.
Those are your waypoints.
Okay.
Now those will fill in. If you find the one that's filled in, that's the one that's selected. If you look at your HSD while you cycle through 1 through 4, you'll see the boxes filling in and unfilling.
Oh, gotcha. See, they look like circles to me, but you're saying
they are circles. They're white circles with white lines connecting them, right?
Yep, I got you.
Now, when you select that certain steer point, that circle will fill in solid white.
Yep.
So waypoint 1 is over there at Tanapa test range. The waypoint's just going to be on the field, and what you'll have to do is, if we get in within 30, 40 miles, you'll slew around and find certain targets that you want to hit. But it'll give you a starting point. You know?
All right. Well, that makes things
we don't have to formation fly over there. We're just going to take off. I want you to head towards steer point 1. I want you to slew around, play with your T-pod, and find a target. So what I like to do, though, is get up to altitude and make sure you throw it in autopilot while you're fucking with it.
Gotcha.
So just put your altitude hold on, and then steering select. So like we can take off from here, right? We could head south and start climbing, and then I want you to turn your altitude hold, your autopilot, flip the switch down and hold your pitch while we climb. You know, do 5 degrees up and then hit your autopilot on, down, and that'll hold your angle of pitch.
Gotcha.
And then level off and switch it to auto hold or altitude hold, and it'll level off. And what you'll see is the plane will fucking steer us to the waypoint, which is going to be behind us.
Gotcha.
So, make sure you got fuel. We got fuel. We got 11.5. All right, I'm gonna start taxiing out.
All right, I still have that bug.
What bug?
The bug in my HMD, out in the air. Is that my waypoint?
What?
So not my HUD.
Oh yeah. Oh, so yeah, I forgot we targeted that guy. So just make your HSD soy, and then target management switch down. It'll unlock them.
Target management down. Okay, it's still there. So HMD.
Make sure it's soy.
Yep. Oh, yeah, it's soy. So my right box, my right MFD is soy.
Right, the one with the purple rings.
Yep.
All right, now target management switch, the left switch, not the castle.
Yep.
Down once or twice.
That's twice.
No, it's just once.
Yeah, it's So I have a circle with an NS and a diamond. That's still the target, right?
Do what?
I have it. So outside my cockpit, in my my helmet mounted display.
Oh, you'll see the diamond over there to the northwest. Yeah. So when you look through your hammocks, if you look over your shoulder to the left, you'll see the diamond on the ground over there. That's where we're heading.
I'm gonna turn my.
And if you look to the left and the right in your hammocks, you'll see it's like a diamond with a cross through it to the far left, and it switches far right. That's telling you what direction it is, and then when you look over there, it'll show you.
Gotcha. Oh no, okay. I'm real glitchy on the ground here, man.
No worries.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff over here. Well, I had to put on all these refuel vehicles over here because the rearm refueling doesn't reach out here, and I had to put aircraft parked out here. Oh, it's fucking windy.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting for me.
I forgot to change. I changed the clouds and the rain. I didn't change the wind. Okay, you're taxiing behind. All right.
Oh yeah, it's windy, man.
So we're going to take off to the south, and then our targets are going to be to the northwest.
Yeah, this thing is definitely not as forgiving as an 18 on the ground.
On the ground, no. It'll tip over.
Oh, heck yeah. I've rolled this thing 100 times.
So once you hit 60 miles an hour, make sure you're turning your nose wheel steering off.
Okay.
So nose wheel steering comes off at 60. Let's see, what else? Is there anything else? So also too, I'll show you, if you look, you know where your landing gear lever is? That panel, the bottom left switch says stores config.
Yep.
Switch it to Cat 3.
Okay.
So what that does, that dampens your roll rate. So it's when you have a heavy loadout, you got tanks, big bombs. If you put it on Cat 3, it's a little bit more stable as far as the roll.
Okay.
You get into some shit, and you dump your tanks and start maneuvering, switch it back to 1. So,
gotcha. Yeah. I get shit all over the ground out here. I love it.
I guess we don't even need those because we don't really have any red. Well, there's red planes. They're just password protected.
Gotcha. All right, I'm ready to go, please.
All right, I'm gonna get rolling. I usually just turn my nose wheel steering off and I just use my toe brakes between 0 and 60. Oh, it's fucking windy. A little bit of a crosswind.
I'm glitching, man. No, it froze.
Well, if you freeze, just wait. Just hit the brakes and stop. Man, this shit is super windy. Okay, so once you get airborne, you're gonna, before we get to target, go back into your, when you hit air-to-ground master mode, make sure you go back into your SMS page and turn your bombs back on.
So air-to-ground, power on, right? All right, I want to go to steer point 1. So I'm at steer point 4.
Now my shit's not working. Why is my shit not working now? Okay, there we go. Lost mast.
Okay, so I am in steer point 1. I'm in steering select. Is it sending me there?
Did it start turning?
Turning, but I feel like I don't know if I did it or it did it.
All right, so as long as your autopilot switch is on, either on pitch or altitude hold, and then the switch next to it under roll should be switched down to steering select.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for a diamond to come up on the horizon to figure out. Oh, it still says I need to go to the right still. So,
I mean, mine's it's only gonna do 5, 10. It's only gonna do a standard turn.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, so like what, 30 degrees?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So mine's turning. Yours looks like it's turning. Yeah, it should be heading like 317, 318.
Yeah, I got my box and my HUD. It's still X'd out, but it's turning that way.
Mine's straightening up. I'm about 5 degrees nose up.
Okay. I'm about 6.5.
I'm passing through the clouds right now.
Yeah. All right, I see that box coming in. Oh yeah, it's leveling itself out.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that freaking easy?
Yeah,
wow.
That's it. And now if you just hit your switch steer points, it'll just navigate you to those steer points.
All right, so if I want to soy my TGP, I'm gonna go left control panel, and I'm gonna soy it. And how far will the 16 targeting pod start to paint stuff?
About 30 miles out, roughly. You should start seeing stuff at like 40.
Okay. So I believe I'm in like a snow plow. So now I have control of it. Where is there symbology in the HUD of where my...
So you should see a square with a dot in the middle of it.
Okay, let me...
So remember, if you come off of your waypoint, TMS switch down twice, and it'll re-slew.
Gotcha. There's the square. So I have the square directly on my fall line down below. I'm still climbing at 5 degrees. That box is what my targeting pod is looking at, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And with these bombs, we can go up pretty high as long as your altitude's not a limiting factor with these bombs.
Right.
So you're not lasing, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so with my HMD on the right, I can see the target. I can see the waypoint. Okay, that blue big fat piece of pizza pie.
That's your radar.
That is what my radar is looking at.
So, well, that's your radar's range according to where you have it set.
Okay.
Now, you know, we're not using air to ground radar for this.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos of how good the ground radars in the 16?
I've never used it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's just the crosswind, but my shit's all out of fucking whack. My fall line's all the way to the left, and
So is mine.
like I'm not even steering at the fucking target hardly.
Yeah.
So if you zoom in on your HSD and you see me on there, right? I'm at like 23,000 feet. You can also bug me. Like right now, I have you bugged on data link, so I can look down and you're highlighted when I look over at you.
Yep, you're off to my left at my 10 o'clock at 25,000. I'm coming through 20 right now.
I'm gonna start leveling off.
Now, how do I bug you again?
So make sure your HSD screen is soy, and then hover your crosshairs over me, and then TMS switch up, and it'll toggle a data link track on me.
Gotcha. There it is. Okay. And undoing that
is going to be TMS switch down.
Gotcha. There it is. Okay. And the advantage of bugging you right now.
So like you can look up and see me. You can see my relative location. Situational awareness.
Yeah, bad weather coming in and formation under bad. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and that way you don't have to lock the guy either. That way you're not sitting there making his RWR scream. Remember, like guys will lock each other up to find out where they're at to get to them to fly with them. But you know when you lock them up in RWS, you're just making their shit sing. So you can do a data link lock like this and bug them. And it's quiet, which works for enemies too.
Makes sense. Do you use your zoom function in VR?
No.
Okay.
I don't. I get guys do it. Curious. For me, it's unrealistic.
Okay, perfect.
I mean, unless you got binoculars in your jet with you, think about it. If you're playing and if you're trying to play for realism in VR. Zoom kind of defeats it, but I get it with certain people. Like if your eyesight's bad and shit,
right?
Yeah, I mean, I get why people use it. I just don't use it because, that's I think what people struggle with air to air too is they're like I can't see the guy, I can't find him. Well, you have to learn how to use the RWR and learn how to use your radar.
Yep.
You got to keep an eye on that shit. I got zero visibility. This was not the best cloud cover for this.
Well, you should be above the clouds.
Well, that's the problem. Yeah.
The bombing run.
The clouds are between us and the target.
Yeah. Now, in a perfect world, if we brought JDAMs, we can pre-program them like we can in the 18, right? And just drop them wherever.
Yeah, if we had a mission to where the waypoint was exactly on the target, yes.
Right.
This is just a general waypoint at a base, so we have to have visual.
Gotcha. I'm definitely going to worry about this statement later, but you can ripple these, correct?
Yeah, I just don't remember how.
Yeah, no big deal.
So on your T-pod, right, on the left, it says top right, it says TV.
Yep.
Hit TV and switch it to white hot.
Okay, and now how do I control the contrast?
It's going to be your brightness and contrast buttons on your MFD panel. So the bottom there's two rocker buttons at the bottom. Yeah. And then you have gain at the top.
Yep.
So now you should be able to see some. When I look, I see some vehicles.
Yep, I see 2 rows of vehicles.
Yep. I think those are planes. Those are going to be planes. They'll populate, but we also got clouds. So whenever you can get close enough and you get a visual, lock something up, and you see in your HUD you have the caret in the bracket, right? So next to your altitude, to the left of your altitude, you see a bracket that's facing to the right.
Correct.
And then above it, you have the caret.
Correct.
Same thing. So when that caret starts coming down, you're getting within range. When that caret gets within the bracket, you're within range. On the JDAMs, you want to release in the first third of the bracket. The closer you get, the less accurate it can be, the less time it has to make corrections.
Gotcha.
And we are fucking way off course.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking wind.
So on my GDP, I have it soyed, but I can't. How do I get a crosshair?
So when you find a target, when you find a target that you can lock, you're gonna TMS switch up, just like you're locking an aircraft.
Yeah, but right now I'm just doing it because it's in the middle of the screen. I don't have a guidance from it to TMS it.
So, wait.
I'm getting blown all over the place.
So you should start seeing stuff populate now. So go ahead and TMS switch down and recenter your.
Yep. I see the stuff, but when I'm looking at my targeting pod, I don't see, like a crosshair or anything to go ahead and put on it to TMS down.
So, click on snowplow.
How do I do that?
The SP, on the MFD button. You'll see SP on the right middle.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right, now.
Nope. Yeah, I see I see the targets now. Now I got it. It's a super dim.
Well, yeah, it's covered in clouds.
Okay.
Yeah, this might not work out for us.
I really like the idea of having you bugged so I can just see where you guys are, because I spend a lot of time trying to play follow the leader, not knowing where the hell you are.
Right.
And yeah, the sun in my back is killing me too. All right, so I'm slewing around here. Okay, it's the clouds that's fucking me. I gotcha.
Yeah, it's the clouds. Like, I can see the canopies.
Yeah, great training mission, man.
So, once you get a target, you TMS switch up, and you'll see in your crosshairs a square. Yep, okay, yep, I got him coming through now. Oh. Alright. Bombs away. There went one bomb. There went two bombs. Alright. So I'm going to hit those and then you'll see. So once you get lock on something, you'll get lock right over it. You'll see those aircraft. And then you're just going to weapons release. Make sure master arm is on. Weapon release. And it'll drop a bomb for every push of the button.
Okay.
And then what I like to do is I leave altitude hold on, but I turn steering select back to neutral. That way it keeps the altitude, and then I'm just flying the plane left and right. So I'm gonna brake. I brake left a little bit, and now I'm gonna start braking back right. You don't have to laze.
Yeah, I'm stuck in clouds here, man.
That's fine. Just take your time. Make a couple circles if you need to. There's plenty of targets down there. I'm about to light this shit up. 8 seconds.
Being able to zoom is great.
Shack 1.
Got that
Shack
hit.
2. There you go. All right, so now you at least see where we're looking. I'm not going to drop anything else. So just try. I'm going to go into an orbit, and you just try and see if you can get something locked up. Watch the bracket, and there's no pickle line. There's not a line that drops down, and you don't have to hold the button. You literally, once you get within the bracket, you just hit the button whenever you're ready and drop them.
I'm gonna just for practice. I'm gonna just go for that big building.
Yeah, go for it. Whatever you need to do.
All right. So the carrot needs to be at any quadrant of that, or just.
So you want to keep it within the first third of that bracket.
First third. Okay. Oh, it's not a building. What the hell is that?
Bunker? Is it an ammo bunker?
It is a building.
I'm just orbiting.
Trying to figure out if I know weapons are away or not.
You can just look to the left and right. You'll feel it. You'll hear it.
Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. Okay. Yeah, I got weapons out. Now that FLIR is going to follow it all the way down, correct? Oh, I can zoom out. Sweet.
Yeah, you can zoom out. And you don't have to laze. You're not lasing anything either.
Yep.
So literally, you're just making sure you hold a visual for yourself.
All right, and there's no timed impact?
There is. It should be under your...
Oh,
yep.
FAL. All right, 20 seconds to whatever the hell I just put down. I like the FLIR way better than the 18 already, though.
It is. You can. It's a lot better.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you hit. You hit.
Nope. That's what I aimed for.
That's it. I mean, hey, that's it. That's JDAMs. That's all there is to it. You got two more, right?
Yeah, there should be another hit right on that, too. But that's okay. Let me see with my wings. No, I got nothing there.
I see. That's all it is. Yep. That's all there is to it. So, let's see. We're going to be heading to... All right. Waypoint 3. Waypoint 3 will take you to a place where we can rearm.
Okay,
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get these bombs off myself.
Waypoint 3, it's turning to it. Oh, look at that. Dude, this is stupid easy.
So waypoint 3 is Tanapa test range. Go ahead and head there and land.
Okay.
And I'll meet you there and we'll load up with harms.
Gotcha. I gotta check the time here, man.
Or if you ain't got
I only got about 15, 20 minutes until family's coming.
That's fine. We'll call it a lesson at that point then.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on everything that you did after I kick everybody out tonight, because all those fundamentals. I mean, everything that you did to set me up, but that's pretty much what I need to do every time, right?
Yeah, and like I said, JDAMs are fucking easy. Literally, that's all it is just you got to get certain things bound correctly. But no, that's it. You can do this over and over. I'll leave those Vipers on there. There's all kinds of targets there. So literally just go to the waypoints, find your targets, lock them and drop them.
So I'm like HMD right screen. I'm in HSD, so I don't see that. Well, maybe I need to go out more. Hold on. I'm at 40 miles.
Yeah, you might have to zoom back out.
Yeah, so is the...
But waypoint 3 is Tanapa test range, and that's where you can land.
Range.
Yeah,
okay, gotcha.
That's our blue base is waypoint 3.
Okay, it's just taking me in a long circle.
Oh yeah, it depends. Like sometimes if you're facing a certain way, it'll want to turn you that certain way. You might just have to wait until you're leveled out. Like go ahead and you can always manually turn around, and once you get the diamond in the HUD, then flick on the autopilot.
Gotcha.
But man, that autopilot's fucking easy.
Yeah. So on my HUD, on my altitude, I still have that to the left of my altitude grid. I still have that C facing to the right with a 20 on top.
Okay, so just go ahead and click out of master mode and go into navigation mode.
Okay. So I'm just going to go out of air to ground. Okay, gotcha. Was that still just trying to calculate the bomb drop if I had bombs?
Yes, yeah, you're still in, you were still in air to ground master mode.
Okay.
Yep, and shack, double shack. All right, turning my teapot and shit off. So one little piece of advice, like if I take the teapot and I'm doing air to ground stuff, I usually will add the I'll usually take the harm targeting pod with me, and it somewhat helps balance the plane out.
Oh, okay.
Because that teapot is heavy, and it doesn't have you don't have anything to balance it to offset it, you know.
Right now in my HUD, below my radar altimeter, then I have an AL 500, and then I have below that, I believe that's my distance to that waypoint at B.
Hey, let's do this. You want to? You're out of fuel in your tanks, aren't you?
I have my needles are at 26 and my total's at 9,000.
Are you? So since we're landing anyways, why don't we go ahead and walk through a select jettison?
Okay.
So on your right, go ahead and DMS switch right till you get to your SMS page. And you see all your inventory, right?
Yep, got it.
All right, now S and J at the bottom right.
Yep, S and J.
And so highlight your tanks.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and highlight my BRU brackets as well. Since I don't have any bombs left.
Alright, so... Oh, I probably have to be soy, don't I?
Yep, you make your HSD soy, and then you DMS switch right till you get to your SMS page. When you're on your SMS page, you should find your S-J at the bottom right corner. Okay, click S-J and you'll see 1 tank, 2 tanks, and 1 brew, 2 brew.
Yep.
So go ahead and just highlight all of those.
So from the MFD buttons, okay?
Yes.
All of them?
Yep. It's the ones to the side, the buttons to the side.
Yep. And even the one at the top of the triangle? AL119?
I don't... no, so I don't see a top of the triangle.
Okay, so I have my two TK 370s highlighted, and then I have my 2 BRUs highlighted.
Yes. Now weapon release.
And that's going to dump the double carriers? Yep, sure did. Yep. Got it.
So you always do select jettison, because if you get in the habit of emergency jettison, you're going to get to your AO and you're going to dump all your fucking bombs. Trust me. Happens every fucking time.
Yeah, I'm definitely guilty of that.
Actually, I'm going to go ahead and waypoint 0. I'm going to waypoint 0. Oh, nope. I'm going to go to waypoint 3 since we already passed it.
Okay, so I need to definitely retrim this jet.
Oh, it's right underneath us. Okay. So I'm just going to head 115 for 54 miles.
115.
Is that waypoint 4?
When you're in transit from doing one thing to the other, what kind of speeds are you running on this bird?
Like right now I'm at like 367.
Okay,
I'm at 28,000 feet. Waypoint 4 should be Groom Lake.
Okay, I'm going to punch in waypoint 4. And I'm going to put on heading, and it turns it right to it. Man, come on. I should have not... I feel like I wasted the last year of my life. And I've always wanted the 16 because of Iron Eagles. But
same.
The super carrier sucked me in.
Yeah.
And it's nothing but a pain in the ass.
Alright, so we should be heading back to Groom Lake. And that's the thing, you just gotta learn how to work your HSI, your HSD, like zoom it in and out, off center it. You know, you gotta keep adjusting your HSD to fit your situation. You know, don't just leave it all the way zoomed out if you're doing certain things. And then don't forget it zoomed all the way in. If it's zoomed all the way in, then you don't see bandits coming out. We'll get into air-to-air next week.
Perfect.
But there's a lot you can do in the 16 air-to-ground. It doesn't have a lot of fuel.
Right.
You know, you can't carry a lot of bombs.
Now, I have waypoint 4 selected. I have pitch hold on. I have steering on. And I don't see in my HUD miles counting down.
Are you in nav mode? Because I've got 44 miles.
Okay,
so bottom right of your HUD will have a time, and then it'll have the miles under it.
Okay, so I'm at 11. Okay, I see that counting down, and I guess I'm 110 miles out. Okay.
I got.
41. And then I see the. What's that?
I got 41 miles. 40 miles. 4 minutes and 40 miles.
I see you off to my left.
Yeah. Waypoint 4.
Yeah, hold on. Let me find myself.
Look in your DED at the top right of your console, next to your HUD, your yellow writing.
You're behind me, so I don't know how that makes sense. It says steer point 4.
I mean, you're heading there. You're heading down there.
I'm going to go to 3, and I'm going to go back to 4 for fun.
Well, it's probably in the sun.
Yeah. I see 105 for steer point 004. And whatever. I'll keep going that way.
Like, are you're heading or your distance?
My heading's 116.
All right, so the bottom right of your HUD, you should have like a 3 minutes, and then underneath it, you'll have 2 numbers that have a greater than symbol between them.
Yeah, I have 10 minutes, 43 seconds. And then under that, I have 101 greater than 004.
That's not right. It shouldn't be 101. Something's fucked up. Oh, those are... I tell you what, I forgot. You're in a different jet than I am.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can go ahead and start descending. You are 19 miles out from Groom Lake.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and start descending. I'm behind you.
And what's a happy pattern if I ran a pattern compared to a straight in? What are happy speeds of?
So normally I'm gonna do midfield brake at like 425 knots or so.
Oh,
and then I'll bleed off a lot of fucking speed. I'll do a midfield brake, left-hand pattern, and then as I'm approaching the base of the runway, I'm like 197.
Okay, that fast.
And then, well, no, like I'm talking about. So like, when my wheels touch down, I want to be at like 167, 170, and I want to be like almost stalling out.
Okay.
It's hard to explain versus just doing it for me.
Yeah, no, I understand. While I'm in my descent here, so my left MFD, I have my ground radar up. And then I got like those 3 lines that can move to the left or right. Obviously, that's where my radar's looking. How would I lock something if I wanted to? I'm soy.
I don't know how to work the ground radar.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, this thing, landing is kind of one of the hardest things.
Yeah, it's definitely tricky, especially in the wind. And I have to put a curve on my pedals, man.
I do too. I got a little curve.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a curve.
It's it's super tricky. Like I said, you want to use your throttle to gain and decrease your altitude.
Yeah, sure.
So you come in and you want to be like 190 as you're almost approaching as you get to the fence of the airfield. You'll apply your brakes. Like, you don't want to ride your air brakes all the way in on final approach. Like, okay. I will get slow to like close to 200 knots when I'm on final. Like, if I'm like 3 or 4 miles out, I try and be close to 200 something knots.
Gotcha.
So your landing gear stays in until you're at 250 or less. Between 250 and 3, you can kind of put them down. Just sometimes you might fuck them up.
Right. No flaps, right?
No, flaps are automatic. Flaps are auto. So as I'm on final approach, I'm at 200, 197. As I'm getting to the fence, I open the brakes, and I'm just level. I'm slinking, and as soon as I get close to the ground, I'm doing like 170-ish. I'll start flaring. If you flare above 170, like if you're at 180 and you start flaring, I'm getting shot. I'm getting shot. I forgot these motherfuckers were over here.
I'll be right up, Mom.
So if you're above like 175, 180 and you start to flare, you're gonna lift.
Gotcha.
Oh, the motherfuckers are shooting at me over here. I just got fucking hit.
Wow, this is a massive crosswind.
I got hit and my fuel is leaking. Oh yeah, I definitely got fucked up.
Happy Thanksgiving, fellas.
What up, Snap?
Yeah.
How we doing?
I just taught Birds how to drop JDAMs in the F16, and he successfully did it.
Fucking easy, ain't it?
We did ECM pod. We did autopilot with navigating through waypoints, and we got them to drop 4 JDAMs, and they all hit targets.
Sweet.
Yeah, this is really an awesome machine, man.
It's oversimplified, really, but it's user friendly.
Pissed off I wasted the last year of my life on the 18.
All right, Birds. I'm gonna land. You're on the ground already, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna pull them up there in just a second.
I tell you what, when it comes to air-to-air, I like the capabilities of the F-18 because it's just a freaking missile truck.
Well, that's true too.
But it don't help if you can't reach me in
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, you just can't beat the radar and the effectiveness of the F-16 in a fight.
Yeah, I'm definitely of learning that.
Like, you can carry a bunch of AMRAAMs, but if you can't get close enough to use them, they're ineffective. The VIPER is usually always going to get shots first.
Altitude.
Yeah, and that's, you know, in this day and age, that's what it's all about. I'm clear of the runway tax.
Copy. I'm coming in. I'm bleeding off fucking fuel. My fuel is blown. So, Snap, I changed the clouds and I forgot to change the fucking wind.
Figures.
Like, we're sitting here doing a tutorial, you know, half of it's been on the ground, and I'm looking at the bushes. I'm like, oh my god, the bushes are fucking... Oh god, am I gonna make the runway? Okay, cool.
I hate you.
Hey man, I really, really appreciate it, but I gotta go get ready for my dinner.
Alright, birds.
Talk to you guys later, man. Thanks.
Oh, did I not put my fucking... I didn't put my gear down.
Bingo.
Oh, well, I fucked that up. Alright, well, I was about to hop... What are you doing?
I was just goofing off. I jumped on the internet and I seen you guys on.
I was just giving birds that fucking tutorial. Let's see, disconnect. Yeah.
I told him the other day is once you figure it out, once you figure that F-16 out, man, you'll never go back to that F-18.
Well, I'm gonna go fix the fucking... I can hear the wind. I can just hear the fucking wind zipping through my fucking headphones.
The wind doesn't bother me too much when it's, you know, when I'm up at altitude, but when I go to land to take off, man, it freaking annoys the hell out of me.